From UFOs to psychic powers and government conspiracies, history is riddled with unexplained events. You can turn back now, or learn the stuff they don't want you to know. Here are the facts. The actions of the Nazi Party were erratic, ruthless, and bizarre. It's no wonder the group has become one of the conspiracy world's favorite boogeymen. After its defeat in World War II, the Nazi Party collapsed and the conspiracy tales began. People swore, for example, that Adolf Hitler survived the war, or that the Nazis had help from international bankers. Perhaps one of the most fascinating theories is that the Nazi Party had secret, advanced technology, years or even decades ahead of the Allied forces. It sounds like science fiction, but could it be true? We know the Nazis created the V-2 rocket, the world's first ballistic missile. We also know the US created Operation Paperclip to smuggle Nazi scientists into America, sparing their lives in exchange for their talents with rockets. But how advanced was Germany, really? After all, they didn't win the war. The Allies scoured every known research facility after the conflict and reportedly found no special technology. Is it possible that they missed something? Absolutely not, say conspiracists. They believe the US discovered all, or at least most, of the experimental Nazi technology shortly after the end of World War II. The problem is they kept it. Here's where it gets crazy. Conspiracy theorists like Jim Marrs believe that the US discovered highly advanced Nazi machines. But what kind of technology exactly? In the SS Brotherhood of the Bell, Joseph P. Farrell alleges that Nazi scientists discovered new ways to create airborne vehicles using a gigantic top-secret device called the Bell. This device was supposedly capable of vertical takeoff and powered by mercury, radiation, or electricity. Farrell believes the scientists were also working with stealth fighters and disc-shaped aerial vehicles. To conspiracists, Operation Paperclip proves that the US found something and needed help to make it work. This isn't an unreasonable idea. After all, Nazi scientist and siblings Raymar and Walter Horten built a German stealth fighter known as the Horten HO-229 in the 1940s. This revolutionary fixed-wing aircraft was captured by the Allies at the close of the war, and it was years ahead of any Allied plane. The Horten was built of wood and had a special coating to foil Allied radar. It also had recessed engine turbines and superior maneuverability. In the field, this fighter would be nearly invisible, at least until the bombs dropped. The Horten brothers had been working feverishly toward creating a game-changing piece of equipment, mainly in the fields of aviation and rocketry. If this vehicle had been mass-produced, the Second World War might have had a very different ending. Given that the US has, on at least one occasion, found experimental Nazi weaponry, many conspiracy theorists build the case further. They allege that the spate of UFOs reported in post-war North and South America were actually craft built by escaped Nazis, and that the US government began the alien scare as a false flag operation to distract the public from the truth. According to many conspiracists, the US government uses the UFO story as a cover for ongoing experiments. These theorists point to the US's large and opaque operating budget, wherein there is surely enough floating cash for a no-questions-asked black bag project. Additionally, during the Kecksburg UFO incident, civilians in 6 states reported crashing aircraft that strongly resembled the Nazi Bell mentioned in earlier affidavits. It's true that groups of Nazis escaped to Argentina after World War II, and some conspiracists believe Nazis still hide in the area. But it's difficult to imagine that the Axis powers could exist for half a century in secret, let alone possess advanced aircraft technology. To skeptics, conspiracy theorists have taken the tantalizing eccentricities of the Nazi Party, its penchant for the occult, its rumored possession of advanced weapons, and expanded upon them, building a fantasy world. For their part, conspiracy theorists generally don't believe all of the theories mentioned here, but they do think a grain of truth exists within the disinformation, something they don't want you to know.
Ask yourself, Dr. Jones, why do you seek the cup of Christ? Is it for His glory or your own?